In part 1, we explored how low self-esteem, past relationship trauma, and viewing a partner as more worthy can lead people to marry for validation. But those are just the beginning. Many individuals enter marriage seeking affirmation in ways they may not even recognize. Societal pressures, family expectations, fear of loneliness, and financial security can all play a role in pushing someone into a marriage that isn't truly based on love and commitment. In this follow-up, we'll take a deeper dive into these hidden motivations, the dangers they pose to a marriage, and how individuals can break free from these validation-seeking patterns. Whether you're preparing for marriage, already married, or simply seeking clarity on this issue, this discussion will shed light on how to build a relationship rooted in confidence, faith, and true emotional connection. Let's continue the conversation, shall we? But before we began, we'd truly appreciate it if you could give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. Subscribing not only shows your support, but also helps boost our visibility in the algorithm, making it easier for others to discover our videos. And don't forget to click the notification bell so you'll always be updated whenever we upload new content. Marriage is one of the most significant commitments a person can make. Ideally, it should be built on love, shared values, and a deep emotional connection. However, some individuals enter marriage not because they have found the right partner, but because they seek validation. The need for validation can stem from personal insecurities, societal pressures, past relationship wounds, or the desire for social status. While external validation may feel fulfilling in the short term, basing a marriage on it can lead to emotional turmoil and an unstable relationship. The following are some common reasons people marry for validation. 1. Lack of faith in oneself. When someone struggles with self-esteem, they may seek a spouse who constantly reassures them of their value. They may believe that being married proves they are worthy of love and respect. However, when self-worth is tied to another person's approval, the relationship becomes dependent and fragile. Instead of experiencing a secure partnership, they live in fear of losing their spouse's validation. Example: Jenna always felt insecure about her looks and intelligence. When she met Tom, who frequently praised her, she felt important for the first time. However, when Tom became busy with work and couldn't provide constant reassurance, Jenna felt abandoned and questioned her worth, leading to insecurity and tension in their marriage. 2. Family and societal pressure. Many people feel pressured by cultural expectations, religious traditions, or family beliefs that emphasize marriage as a measure of success. They may marry to gain approval from parents, avoid judgment from their community, or conform to societal timelines. However, decisions made under pressure rarely result in a fulfilling union. Example: Raj's parents believed that a man should be married by 30. Under pressure, Raj hastily married Priya, even though they lacked compatibility. Over time, resentment grew because Raj felt trapped in a decision made to please others rather than himself. 3. Fear of being alone. Some individuals marry simply because they dread being alone. They equate singleness with failure or assume that marriage will provide the companionship they crave. However, loneliness doesn't disappear in an unfulfilling marriage. It can worsen when emotional intimacy is lacking. Example: Monica rushed into marriage with Elijah after her friends started getting engaged. She feared being the only single one in her social circle. However, once the excitement faded, she realized they had little in common, and their marriage lacked true connection. 4. Proving something to an ex. After a painful breakup, some people seek validation by marrying quickly to show an ex they have moved on, or to prove they are desirable. However, such motivations rarely lead to a healthy, lasting marriage. Example: after Darius's fiancée left him for someone else, he rushed into marriage with Aaliyah to prove he could move on. But he never fully healed from his past, and his unresolved pain eventually caused trust issues and emotional distance in his new marriage. 5. Career or financial advancement. Some people marry for validation by association, believing that being with a wealthy, successful, or well-connected spouse enhances their own social status. This transactional approach may lead to dissatisfaction when material gains fail to provide true emotional fulfillment. Example: Emma married Ryan, a successful entrepreneur, believing that being with him would give her a life of luxury. However, she soon realized that wealth couldn't replace emotional connection, and their marriage became an empty partnership. 6. Desire for a certain lifestyle. Some individuals seek marriage to gain access to a desired lifestyle, whether it be fame, social standing, or a lavish way of living. Rather than choosing a partner for love and compatibility, they prioritize external appearances, often leading to disappointment when the novelty wears off. Example: Kevin married a popular social media influencer, believing their combined status would create the perfect couple image. Over time, he felt used for public appearances rather than valued as a person, and the marriage ended in resentment. 7. Fear of aging and losing appeal. As people grow older, some fear they may no longer be seen as attractive or desirable. They may rush into marriage to secure a partner before they believe their value diminishes. However, decisions made out of fear rarely lead to a fulfilling marriage. Example: Diane, in her late 30s, felt pressure to settle down before she believed her dating options would shrink. She married the first man who proposed, only to later realize they were not emotionally or spiritually compatible. 8. Compensating for a lack of parental love. Those who grew up without affirmation from their parents may subconsciously seek a spouse to fill that void. They hope their partner will provide the unconditional love and validation they never received as children. However, no spouse can completely heal childhood wounds. Example: Isaiah never felt loved by his distant and critical father. When he met Olivia, who showered him with affection, he married her quickly. However, his deep-seated fear of rejection caused tension as he constantly sought proof of her love, making the relationship exhausting for both of them. Now let's talk about the dangers of marrying for validation. Emotional dependence. Relying on a spouse for self-worth leads to an unstable relationship dynamic. Unrealistic expectations. No person can fill the void of insecurity or past trauma entirely. Resentment and frustration. When the validation seeker's needs aren't met, resentment builds. Shallow foundation. Marriages built on external validation lack depth and struggle to endure hardships. Now, what is the biblical perspective on wholeness before marriage, you might ask? The Bible teaches that individuals should be whole and complete in God before seeking marriage. 2 Corinthians 5:17 states, "Therefore, if anyone is in Christ, he is a new creation. The old has passed away. Behold, the new has come." This means that our identity and worth should be rooted in God, not in another person. So what is a healthy approach to marriage? Find self-worth in God. Understanding that your value comes from God, not a spouse, prevents dependency. Heal before marriage. Seek counseling, prayer, and self-reflection to address past wounds. Marry for the right reasons. Seek a partner for companionship, love, and shared values rather than external validation. Trust God's timing. Instead of rushing due to fear, Trust that God's plan for your life includes the right person at the right time. Example of a healthy marriage is as follows. Before meeting, Brianna and Jaden both worked on their personal growth. Brianna healed from past rejection through prayer and therapy, while Jaden developed confidence in God rather than needing external approval. When they married, they weren't seeking validation, but rather a partner to grow with. Their marriage thrived because it was built on love, faith, and mutual respect, and not out of a need for validation. In conclusion, marrying for validation is a dangerous path that often leads to disappointment and heartache. Instead of seeking fulfillment through a spouse, individuals should strive to be whole in Christ, confident in themselves, and emotionally healed before marriage. A strong, healthy marriage is built not on the need for validation, but on mutual love, faith, respect, and a desire to fulfill God's purpose on this earth. May your marriage become and stay motivated. We appreciate you tuning in to Motivate My Marriage. If this video inspired you, don't keep it to yourself. Like, subscribe, and share to spread the love and encouragement. Your support helps us uplift more couples on their journey.